Professor Black Ops, you see it. Let's get it. McDonald's Global Outage was caused by configuration changes. Even McDonald's is going out. So let's read a quick article. McDonald has blamed the third-party service provider configuration change, not a cyber attack, for global outage that forced many of its fast food restaurants to close. So part of GRC is to make sure that you have change control, third-party assessments, and incident response, right? So if anything happens, you have a backup plan. They're going to talk about it, whether it's paper or rolling over to another backup computer system in another region, right? So let's keep going. According to the statement shared by the company's CIO, Chief Information Officer, Brian Rice, the global technology system outage began around midnight Central Daylight Time on Friday. However, the outage still impacts some of McDonald's restaurants, even though the root issues were quickly identified and corrected. Many markets are back online, and the rest are in the process of coming back online. We're closely working with those markets that are still experiencing issues. Notably, this issue was not directly caused by a cyber attack event, rather, it was caused by a third-party provider during a configuration change. In a separate message sent to employees through a company portal, McDonald's said the issue is being resolved and that all impacted stores and systems are returning online. So that shows you the cash register issue, and that was the message that went out to the on the portal for the McDonald's employees. So, a spokesperson for McDonald's was not available to clarify what not directly caused by a cyber event means. Contacted. The massive IT outage impacted restaurants worldwide in the United States, United Kingdom, Japan, Australia, Canada, Netherlands, Italy, and New Zealand. We are aware of the technology outage, which impacted our restaurants. This issue is now being resolved. McDonald's Japan also apologized earlier today, saying many locations temporarily closed due to ongoing point of sale system outage. Employees also shared to social media that they could not take orders, open cash registers, or process payments because of the POS systems were down as point of sale. I'm in the United States, and all the restaurants in my franchise are down right now because I'm getting spammed by all the restaurant managers about McDonald's employees in the U.S. posted on Reddit. Yeah, we're not having to take orders via. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're now having to take orders via paper and then paying by cash. The person said, I already been yelled at by 7 people, so I'm loving this, haha, employee said. So that's one thing, you got to work on your systems, have your backup plans, have your incident response plans, because I guess one outage took down their whole point of sale worldwide. So let's look at the OWASP top 10. Oh, let me switch over to that. So our OWASP top 10 API. So these are the common things that happens and that you should be aware of. So you see it right there, API 8 2023 misconfiguration. That's the issue McDonald was having. So it tells you at the top, threat agents, attack vectors, API specific, exploitable easy, security weakness, prevalence widespread, detectability easy, impact technically severe, business specific. And that's what McDonald's just figured out, right? So that's why, and we talked about that in other videos, what is the OWASP top 10 and how can you walk through it from an incident response plan, right? So it tells you the threat agent, security's weakness, and the impact that it probably is going to have on your business. So is the API vulnerable? Appropriate security hardening or miss across any part of the API stack? If there's an improperly configured permissions on the cloud services, the latest security patches are missing, unnecessary features are enabled, there's a discrepancy in the way incoming requests processed by the server and HTTP chain, TLS is missing. So this gives you some of the checks that from your misconfiguration that you need to go through from your when you test your new API or when you upgrade, right? Obviously they were doing an upgrade and it didn't go well, right? So example, attack scenarios. An API backend server maintains an access log written by a popular third-party open source logging utility with the support of the placeholder, expansion GNDI, which is Java name directory, looks up both enable default. So once again, it gives you scenarios to go over. Once again, you should be doing incident practice. So if something like this happens, you have something in place. So how to prevent it? A repeatable hardening process leads to fast and easy deployment and properly lock down the environment. A task to review and update configurations across the entire stack. The review should include orchestration files, API component, cloud service like S3 bucket permissions. We're going to take a quick look at that shortly. But once again, it gives you furthermore things you can test, things you can look for, right? Because once again, as you can see, you have a misconfiguration could take down your whole company, a la McDonald's worldwide, right? So let's keep going. Everybody know I'm a NIST guy, so let's look at the NIST configuration for that. Let's make that a little bigger. So on NIST 800-53, Section 3, configuration management. Configuration management policies and procedures should address the controls and configuration management family. The family that are implemented with the system and organization. The risk management strategy is an important factor in establishing such things as policies and procedures. So this definitely from configuration management, it's a big security family. Just the other quick, how do you keep track of your baseline? Baseline configuration for systems and system components include connectivity, operationals, communication aspects of the system. Baseline configurations are documented, formally reviewed, and agreed upon specifications for system or configuration items within those systems. Right, so hopefully McDonald's has a robust system security plan, and part of that should be, once again, configuration management, making sure you test those, make sure you do incident response, so you know what's happening in those configuration update changes, right? They said it was misconfiguration. So these are some things you need to have in place. So the last thing real quick on that is AWS. It's one of the most popular, of course, cloud vendors. Let's see, configuration management. So AWS config has basic configuration checks. Let's see. Yep. AWS config provides you with pre-built rules evaluating configuration of your cloud resources, as well as software within managing instances, including EC2 instances, resources outside AWS, like servers running on premises before, after provisioning. You can customize pre-built rules to evaluate your AWS resource and configuration changes. So once again, we saw the baseline configuration in this. AWS config have a standard or baseline in case you have problems. And it sounds like McDonald's easily rolled back to a previous baseline. So that's kind of how they got back up and running real quick. But AWS configs help you check those configurations, check those baseline, and make sure you have a history of those baseline. So once again, let's switch back to it. But McDonald's Global Outage was caused by a configuration change. So let's get our GRC on, get our configuration tight. Once again, Professor Black Ops, please subscribe.